Hey there, it's Rochelle here from thephotographersociety.com. Welcome to this week's episode where I share with you every week business tips and resources to help you grow your photography business. So today's episode we're going to talk about a subject that I pretty much love, and because I use this all the time in my business to generate more clients. So this is the one thing you need to do right now, tomorrow, and every single day inside your business to generate more clients, more income, especially because it pretty much doesn't cost you anything. So are you ready? Let's get started. Okay, so as I said, this is pretty much what is going to generate more clients and more income inside your photography business. Now, this is something that I use all the time to bring back clients for bookings, to generate new bookings, and to increase my sales all the time. So you may know what I'm going to talk about, but not a lot of photographers use this in their business. Pretty much every photographer that I talk to doesn't even know how important this is, especially if you don't have the funds, the extra budget to actually go out and spend money on marketing your photography business. So you want to know what it is? It's pretty much building your email list. So you probably haven't heard of it. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about. You're probably like, huh? How can that be the core of my business? Well, let me explain. So slow down and don't jump to conclusions, because building an email list is just like building, it's pretty much a database. So just like ages ago, there was always the phone book, you would get people's name and phone numbers. These days, since we're in a digital world, obviously everyone now has an email address. Well, the majority do. So building a database of emails, names and emails is what is going to help you build a sustainable business. So by that I mean, once you capture someone's name and email, you have them on your mailing list to always be there to communicate with them, to, contact them, to promote to them, to sell to them. So it's really important to start focusing your marketing efforts on building this email list. Okay, so you're probably wondering, why should it be the core of my business? Now, people say to communicate and to build a relationship, you have to stay in contact with someone, right? So obviously with social media reach these days, it's either you pay or you don't get any reach at all. So the most effective way and the it doesn't even have to cost you anything, is to actually build an email list. So let's say you have an email list of 500 or 200 or whatever, how much people on your list. If you have something going on, you would send an email to the whole list and letting them know. Most of the time, you'll probably get interest or replies back for bookings. So that's how I pretty much use my email list that's constantly growing every single day inside my photography business to get repeat clients. So on my list would be my current clients, my old clients, new potential clients, or anyone that's probably said yes to subscribe to my mailing list. So if you don't have a budget to actually market and spend money on Google ads, SEO, or anything you have in mind to spend money on in order to promote your business, then building your email list is not only going to help you at the beginning, but through the middle, the end, until whenever you have your business up and running. So the more you get people on your email list, the more likely you are going to get bookings in return. So there are different ways to build your email list, and it's so important to keep focusing on how to do it, because imagine having to run ads all the time, like Facebook ads or boosting. How you probably already have, since you've been noticing that there's not much reach with Facebook, so you've been boosting those ads. Sometimes you're lucky, you might get a booking, sometimes you might not. So imagine having your previous clients on your email list, new potential clients, people that are interested in your work on your email list, and one day you decide, hey, I'm low on clients, got to get some bookings. You shoot out an email to everyone on your list, and you tell them about what's happening, you offer them something, and then that starts to build, it's pretty much like sending them mail. So it goes straight into their inbox, you're personally directing it to them, they open it, they read it, if they like what they see, they book. That way, whether you do or you don't get bookings, at least you would have tried and it wouldn't have cost you anything at all. Okay, so for an email list, you got to think about not just about selling. So when I teach people how to list build and create a big email list, I always say lightly promote, but at the beginning, it's there to build a relationship between you and that person that's actually opening that email list. Because remember, behind that email is someone that has values, that doesn't always want to be sold to, and things like that. So you don't want to be always selling. When people get on your email list, you want to nurture them, you want to make them feel, you want to make yourself and your business feel relatable to them, so they feel like they know you, and if one day they ever need a photographer, they know who to book in. Or if they know someone that needs a photographer, they know who to refer. So think about your mailing list as a one-on-one connection between you and your regular clients, your potential clients, or anyone that's interested in your work. Okay, so you're probably thinking, hey Rochelle, love the idea. How do I start? Where do I even go? Or what do I do to start building my list? So I've got you sorted. So you want to start with an email service provider. So MailChimp.com has a free service. There is so much out there. You can do a Google search, just type in email service providers. I highly suggest MailChimp because I still sometimes use it for my photography business, but I do have an advanced one that I pay for. But MailChimp is free. I think it's under 500 subscribers. So go there and sign up. Start building your list by creating a sign up form in MailChimp, embedding it on your website, embedding it on your Facebook page, and everywhere you promote your business. Even in your sessions, if you've got a new client, and instead of directing them somewhere else, just have a form that gets them to fill the name and email and a box to tick yes or no if they'd love to be on your mailing list. Another top tip here to encourage people, because these days giving away your name and email to people is pretty much like giving your phone number or your home address. So a lot of people are not as comfortable. And another thing, a lot of people think that you're going to spam them with sales and things like that. So we don't want that at all. And to clear that up, I always say to my clients, whether it be on the sign up form or in person, I say to them, you're always the first to know of what's going on in the studio, any sales, any promotions, or any, call outs or whatever it is that might be happening. You're always the first to know. And I call my list the VIP list. So I make them feel very important. So I've never had anyone say no to me unless I don't have an email address, but they always tick yes. So I like to have a small form at the end of my contract or my model release that I get them to sign inside the studio, and I get them to, and I mention to them what they get as being a VIP. Now, I found that some people were still a bit wary, and especially some people that have found me online through a Google search, not a lot of signups were happening. So what I also did is to encourage people and to entice them to come onto my mailing list was I offered them something in return. And I highly suggest you do that, because more people it indicates to them that you have this offer if you sign up to my mailing list, which means it encourages them to sign up, and not only sign up, but to call you or email you for a booking. So what I do is I give away 4 digital images, which pretty much won't cost me anything with their gallery. When they come and book in, they get 4. So once they sign up, not only are they going on my VIP mailing list, it pretty much tells them, hey, there's 4 free digital images sitting there waiting for you if you decide to book within the first 2 months. So people have in their head, okay, I've got 2 months to book, why not? I'll book within 2 months or so. You can even make it within 2 weeks if you want. It's your decision, whatever you offer them or how long you offer them for. But the point is here, when you offer them something, put a time limit on it and put something that's going to say to them, you know, I better take advantage of this offer before it ends. So if you ever get an offer from your favorite store, you got $20 off for your birthday or something, you're more likely to go before the date of the date that it ends, that voucher that you've got before it ends. You're going to go run to that store and grab something. You might as well, right? Because you get $20 or $50 or whatever it is off. So I want you to think about it that way. That way people are not only on your list, but they've got an expiry date to come in and actually make a booking. And I like to also say you can refer this on to someone else when you get them to subscribe to my mailing list. So this is building a database of people that are not ready probably to yet book, but one day will. And that's the thing here. A lot of people browse, especially as photographers. It's not a service everyone needs every single day. So people are always happy, I should say, to slowly browse around before they decide to book. They might not even need a photographer, but somehow came across your website or your social media and they like what they see. So why not, you make the effort to put out beautiful images. Why not capture their name and email onto your mailing list, so that way you have them there for life or until they unsubscribe. Okay, so if you want to learn more, then you can go on over to thephotographersociety.com and join the business school. At the moment, it's only $1 to join for a whole month. Then you can decide to either stay or leave us. But why I'm saying and totally encouraging you to join right now, because not only is because it's a low fee for the first month, but we have a whole list building training of taking you exactly of what to do, how to strategically list build, how to benefit from list building, and I take you step by step of how to embed your sign up form, how to use your sign up form, how to design your sign up form, strategic ways you can use it so you can build your list and more people subscribe. So if you want to learn more about list building, I highly suggest now is your chance to go and join the business school just for photographers. We don't only have that list building training, we have a whole lot of training in there for you to watch. So that's at the photographersociety.com/join. It's at the link below. And hopefully I got you thinking today about how you can start list building, because imagine having a huge list. You will not have to pay for Facebook ads, because really you want to target a warm audience that's interested in photography services, rather than a cold audience that's probably doesn't even think of photographs like you do and how important they are. So it's really less cost effective or no cost at all to you as a business, whether you're new or you're advanced. I highly suggest you think about list building as the core of your business and you focus on it every single day. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, go to the blog and leave me a comment wherever you're watching this or listening. And remember, subscribe to our podcast, the Photographer Society Business Podcast, over at iTunes. So search for us there, and remember to subscribe and leave us a review. I would love to hear what you think about these blogs and the podcast, which is the blog converted into audio onto the podcast. So until then, guys, I'll see you next week for another episode. Take care.